A very good Wednesday evening to you folks. Hope you're having a good, safe day. We want to bring you an update now. What we're seeing, meteorologist Todd Howell here in the Channel 10 Streaming Center, and we still have that chance for strong storms, maybe some isolated damaging winds, and a few severe thunderstorms still possible as we work our way through this evening. Now, overall, as far as what we've been seeing, we've had some pockets of severe weather coming out of Middle Tennessee on the plateau up into Kentucky. The overall intensity of some of these storms has started to lessen slightly, but we still could see some strong storms. The two main impacts will continue to be some potentially strong gusty winds, maybe some damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, and heavy rainfall. And that's pretty much through this evening. But a little bit of an update. Severe thunderstorm watch that was in place earlier has been canceled and expired early for the Cumberland Plateau. So that is some good news as far as what we're seeing for the overall intensity of the storms. I'll get right to radar in a moment, but still could see some strong storms, mainly for this evening. It looks like now, in an update here, once we get past 10 p.m., overall, the intensity of storms is expected to continue to lessen, and weakening trend will continue between 10 p.m. and midnight. After midnight, it's pretty much heavy rainfall as we go overnight into early in the morning. Interesting, it's March. You got a lot of dynamics in play. And so some of our high-res guidance is even showing as the colder air comes surging in tomorrow morning, mountains could see snowfall, and don't be surprised if we even have some snowflakes flying around in the valley in the morning. All that less than 12 hours time frame. So let's dive in and get right to it. Again, we do have a weather impact alert for this evening for still some strong storms. So here we are just after 7:30 on this Wednesday evening. Again, overall, just wanted to highlight the two main impacts will continue to be damage wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, heavy rainfall. So some of the heavier pockets of rain could still lead to some localized flooding. Not expect anything overly widespread. Keep in mind, we've been kind of drier than average for the year. Some areas still in a drought. So some of this rainfall will be beneficial, but some damage wind gusts is still the main potential hazard as far as the weather tonight with heavy rainfall. Isolated tornado possible, but not likely. And so far, we've not had any of those develop, so that is some good news. There was models were showing that chance up on the plateau in Kentucky. We've not seen that materialize, thankfully, but we still could have some pockets of severe weather. Hail, not really likely as well. So that just to kind of recap our main risk. Now, as far as the flooding potential, just wanted to show you some of the, going through the maps and some of the particulars here. Again, a low end chance for localized flooding, as we do have a lot of moisture, a lot of fuel in the atmosphere, so heavy rainfall could produce some high water on the roads. Look at the rainfall potential. Let me take it full here so you can see that we're talking about a widespread 1 to 2 inches of rain. Look at the potential for in excess of 2 inches is generally highlighted right across portions of the Southern Valley into the mountains and foothills, and all the way back over into parts of Cock and Sevier County. So this area has the greatest potential to see some of the heavier rain. That would be in excess, as you can see, of 2 inches potentially in that category right here. So that's what we're looking at, up to an inch, maybe an inch and a half for parts of our valley, but that 1 to 2 inches plus, particularly as you get down into the mountains. So some heavier showers, and that's the other side of the coin with the severe potential, strong storm potential early on this evening, but then lessening later tonight, and then the heavy rainfall potential overnight and early in the morning. Again, here's some good news. The severe thunderstorm watch that was just in place for 2 counties earlier, Fentress and Cumberland counties, that has been canceled. So that no watches currently in place doesn't mean we still can't have some pockets of some strong to severe storms. We still can. Matter of fact, we have numerous, and I'll read you some of the latest. One of them, the latest, we have a lot of strong thunderstorm activity and some strong winds in the area as we speak with this thin line. Again, we'll get real detailed and zoom on in with radar in a moment. The latest winds could be up to 40 miles per hour in Loudoun, McMinn, Meigs, and Monroe and Roane County. So this is for a strong storm just below severe levels with this line. So we've already seen a little bit of that weakening trend as these have progressed. Look at the lightning, and that's another clue. If you see less lightning, that's kind of a clue. Remember we were showing our high-res model last night? It actually did a pretty good job of depicting a little bit of a stronger line on the plateau and then kind of that thinner line. Actually had it coming through about 9 p.m. And so here we are just after. It's going to be ahead of schedule, actually. Matter of fact, this is probably going to be here within the next 30 to 45 minutes. And so we've got some stronger winds that's going to is moving into the valley right now. And again, particularly for Loudoun, McMahon, Meigs, Monroe, and Roane counties, 40-mile-per-hour wind gust, and it's the potential right now from the National Weather Service in Morristown. So let's spend some time and go through our radars. And here's what we're seeing right now. And again, I'll take it full and show this in a moment. But Lenoir City, Oak Ridge, Clinton, again up toward Norris, and these are zipping right along here. And so again, already about to push into Knox County, and we're coming up on 7:45. So things speeding up a little bit. And so this line of stronger winds, maybe some isolated severe winds within this line, still possible. But that's the main impact, some of those localized, isolated damage and wind gust and heavy rainfall. And then we'll see, this is the initial line. And once that moves through, we're going to see more waves of heavier showers moving in. So let's go through and radar. I'll take it full, and we'll just kind of go through the different radar views. And by the way, you can keep it right here on our live stream throughout tonight. We're going to, and when we conclude our live broadcast here on the stream in a few moments, and we'll take some time with it. But even when we take a break, and we'll be back as needed, but we're going to keep the radar looping for you, so you'll be able to see these same views right here on the WBIR Plus live stream. Anytime we have impactful weather, come to the live stream and you'll see views like this, and we'll keep you updated. So even when we're not here doing a live update, you'll still have the radar loop for you. So it's a good tool to have, and take it with you wherever you go. Here's what we're seeing right now. That line of heavier showers from Athens, Loudoun, Philadelphia, through much of Loudoun County. Let me stop the radar loop and just kind of illustrate right here. So again, this is what we're seeing, a little bit more intensity from Lenoir City and Loudoun. You've got probably some 40 to maybe 50-mile-per-hour winds. I'll look at velocity in a moment. And I mentioned Oak Ridge and Clinton up to Norris, Andersonville, and up into Campbell County, approaching Claiborne County and Union County. And we're about to cross over, and we'll be into the Solway and Hardin Valley area in West Knox County and Deep West Knox County. And here, it's actually moving into Hardin Valley as we speak. We'll be in the Carnes and Powell area shortly, eventually Fountain City and Knoxville. So again, not severe, strong winds, 40, maybe 50 miles per hour, and some higher gusts certainly possible. Could still see some damaging gusts, and so we'll keep you updated as far as on that potential. That's what it looks like, again, locally. Let me go down in the Southern Valley, zoom in just a little bit closer for Sweetwater, Nyota, and McMinn County, Monroe County, and again, Philadelphia and Loudoun, and in Loudoun County right here. There's a look at Loudoun. We're seeing some heavier intense rain, and actually what we saw in Middle Tennessee is this same line of showers and storms. Had some reports of some pockets of wind damage, some trees down, and again some damage was reported. Nothing overly widespread, thankfully, and there's some pretty intense storms, a lot of sideways rain, windswept rain and some gusty winds. So that's what we're expecting, those strong wind gusts at a minimum and heavy rainfall as this line moves in. So that's what we're seeing for you in Loudoun County right now, and continuing to track up from Oak Ridge and Clinton up toward Rocky Top. So coming up from northern portions of Anderson County and continuing now up into Campbell County and Union County, you're seeing some of these heavier showers and again some strong wind gusts making their way up. And we take you all up into the Powell Valley, Speedwell, and again Highway 63 as you work your way up the Powell Valley toward Harrogate and LMU and Cumberland Gap, Middlesboro, seeing some of these gusty winds. Again, thankfully, this is kind of a thin line. It's just below severe levels. So we can deal with these spring-like gusty winds and heavier showers, certainly, as opposed to, stronger severe storms. So that's something to be thankful for, as so far so good. We could still see, again, some higher wind gust focused within this line, but a couple of things going on. And the trend usually, typically, once you move past sunset, and you start to lose some energy in the atmosphere, your overall instability starts to gradually lessen, and the storm potential and storm intensity gradually weakens in time. So that's expected to continue as we see this line making its way through. So again, it's going to be here almost closer to 8 o'clock actually. So we had that 8 to 10 p.m. arrival time. It's going to be on the earlier side of that, as particularly here in the valley, probably looking at more of that 8 to 8:30. So within the next 45 minutes time frame, we'll see this line of storms and gusty winds moving through. So if you have, by the way, with these gusty winds moving in, if you have anything loose outside your house, Still got a few moments to maybe secure some loose objects. Don't want things to get blown around, etc. You know, potted plants get blown over. You just may want to secure some things. Again, these are not severe winds, but they are strong winds that will, you'll know it when it moves through. Still some pretty gusty winds, but nothing atypical or unlike what we typically see with strong cold fronts. So it's spring-like weather, still officially winter, but we've had spring-like weather, and we're seeing some spring-like heavier showers and gusty winds moving in with this front. So that's the very latest with the radar. So let's walk through with the Futurecast. And this actually updated even between when we finished our 6:30 broadcast and right now. So we'll all kind of look at it together. This initial line, actually this particular model, let me go back just a little bit. I'm going to show you both models. We have two high-res models. This one may be a little bit slower and not as quick enough compared to what we're seeing. So I'm going to probably take a look at that other model. We'll just take a look at it and let it play on through. But between now and 10 p.m., we'll see more showers, embedded thunderstorms. The overall severe potential, again, is going to continue to gradually lessen as we go past 9 to 10 p.m. And between 10 p.m. and midnight, I'll let this kind of play on through. Then we're seeing that heavier rain. Now, this particular high-res model, let's see what it shows. It's got heavy rain overnight tonight and early in the morning. It kind of played on through pretty fast there. Let me back it up. Believe it or not, that's right, it's March. And I'll kind of let this slide on through. We actually have the potential to maybe even see a few snowflakes mixing in before the rain comes to an end early tomorrow morning. This is 7 a.m. and there's your 7 to, look at that right there, 7:30, 8 a.m. Now, it's a model forecast. I think this is probably a little overdone. Our temperatures are going to be above freezing, so we're not expecting any impacts in the valley. But what this is showing is we can, believe it or not, actually see some snowflakes flying around early tomorrow morning between about 6, 7, 8 a.m. Mountains are expected to see snow above 4,000 feet, accumulating snow. Now, everywhere else, we may see it falling, but not expecting any impacts from that with above freezing temperatures in the ground. I will say some of the modeling has been hinting at showing snow showers possible in the morning. And I mean, this particular model wants to kind of develop it and bring it for the mountains. Look at that as we go from 8 to 9 a.m. and especially, again, higher up. That's as far as this model goes. So that's the other side of the system. With that cold air rushing in, mountains are expecting some snowfall. All right, let me hop over and show you our other high-res model. Again, we used two different ones. And so actually, see, I think this one's got a pretty good handle on it because you know, here we are coming up on 8 p.m. So if you look at this model depiction versus the last one, this is kind of a little bit closer to reality. And we saw the radar with that line of storms, Oak Ridge to Clinton, moving into Knox County especially. So, you know, it's a little bit more north-south than southwest to northeast oriented as far as the reality, but it's got a pretty good handle on it. So that's 8 o'clock tonight. Here's 9 p.m. Again, kind of breaks up those storms. So it's kind of showing now in the next hour or so they may be a little bit stronger. Then we'll see the waves of moderate to heavy rain just continue to move from southwest to northeast across our region. Where you see the yellow and orange colors, that's some pockets of moderate to heavy rainfall. So, and this model, I'll let it kind of play on through. May need to back it up a little bit and show, well, it stops right there. So again, similarly, maybe not as much as the other model, but here we are at 7:30 in the morning. It's showing that mixing taking place. Some snowflakes could mix in with the raindrops. Now, here's one of the things to point out. It's not so much what happens right where we live when we walk outside our house on the ground at their surface. It's what happens well above our heads. Up above our heads and up in the atmosphere, you only have to go several thousand feet between you know, at the surface and maybe about 4,000 or 5,000 feet. It's going to be getting noticeably colder. So what that's going to allow the snowflakes to fall before they melt, because we're still going to be in the 40s at the surface. But before they have time to melt, and especially if this is kind of a wet snowflake scenario, you could actually have these snowflakes plopping down, mixing with the rain, simply because they're falling at a fast enough rate, they don't have time enough to melt. And it's colder up above our heads, about 4,000 to 5,000 feet. So all that just to say, you say, well, how can it snow if it's 42 degrees, for example? Well, that's how, because it's colder just a few thousand feet above us. And it's falling so fast it doesn't have time to melt. That's it. True story. When I was younger, growing up, I saw it snow, what I call goose feathers, just plopping out of the sky. and a dark cloud came in. It was snowing, big old flakes. This is when I was younger, growing up in South Carolina. I went in and looked at our thermometer, and the temperature was 44 degrees. I'm assuming the thermometer was correct. Maybe it was off a few degrees, but still, you get the picture. Cold air aloft. I was fascinated by that. How can it snow big, huge flakes and it's in the 40s? It didn't really stick, but it was something impressive. So anyway, just a quick side note on that. So snow in the mountains is expected, especially the mountains above 4,000 feet, with maybe some snowflakes in the morning. So again, don't be surprised if you see that flying around. Not expecting impacts in the valley, but the novelty of we were just shy of 80 degrees in some areas today, and we've been spring-like in the 70s to lower 80s, and now you get some snowflakes flying. That's typical March weather where you have these swings. And guess what? We may see a similar swing again early next week. That's the rest of your Thursday right there as far as what we're seeing. We'll dry out the rest of our Thursday afternoon. And so here's a look, just wanted, while we're on the colder side of the system, and we'll get back to radar and then conclude here momentarily. But look at the snowfall forecast, potential snowfall for the mountains above 4,000 feet. I'll take that full. And you can see 1 to 3 inches plus above 4,000 feet. Yeah, I mean, our high-res model is showing that's more than 3 or 4 inches right there in the darker blue. Again, not showing hardly anything in the valley. Plateau may see, if anything, it'd be on the grass or something. So again, a little bit of a novelty, a little snowfall, going from showers and storms tonight with gusty winds and spring-like temperatures. It is so warm outside. By the way, saw some mammatus clouds, turbulent, downward cloud pouches. And so we'll try to show those for you. But we just literally saw that. Mike, Simon, and Castanel and I out in our Channel 10 parking lot before we came in. It's like, wow, it's so warm outside. And you got some of these billowing downward pouches, mammatus, that is indicative of turbulence in the atmosphere. So you sneak out and see that. It's pretty impressive. All right, so let's kind of walk back through, and I'll come back to radar. So here's the big picture. Augusta, Georgia, by the way, was close to 90 degrees, as well as Columbia. Yeah. And look at these temperatures. We're in the 70s. It's so warm outside. Look at St. Louis, 42. So you've got this huge temperature contrast, which is typical of March, and a lot of dynamics at play. Again, thankfully, this is the good news. We had some severe weather earlier in parts of our region on the plateau in Kentucky, but as they move eastward into our region, that severe potential is a little bit below severe levels right now. Some are strong, and we still have the potential to see some pockets of some of these stronger winds that are actually going to be moving in shortly. So I'll get back to an updated look at radar, have a little bit of lightning ticking back up. That's down to Loudoun County. Remember that those stronger cells? So I'll get back to your local radar. This still shows we have some instability moving through for at least some strong storms and those very gusty winds and the heavy rainfall. But again, overall, something to be thankful for as far as, especially compared to our neighbors in the Midwest that just saw tornadoes and a lot of some devastation, big hail. Parts of Illinois, I heard a report of setting their new state record, over 5-inch diameter hail. Wow. So you start talking about things like that, you're very thankful. There is a low pressure wave developing, and this is the feature that's going to be tracking along this front. Everything, again, this is a static, just drew this cold front manually, and it's obviously a little bit further south and east than at this point in time, but everything's moving east, southeast. That wave of low pressure is going to develop along that front, and that's going to keep the heavy rainfall going at times tonight. So on the front end, this is what we're seeing right now, and again, even as we speak, maybe an hour ahead of schedule, there's the heavier rain, there's that stripe of some wintry weather trying to catch up with the moisture of the cold air before it departs. Briefly could see some snowflakes early in the morning, mountain scene snow. And then here's the good news. Now, if you like pleasant weather and you don't like the cold, we're going to need the jackets and coats tomorrow. It's going to be chilly and much cooler. It's going to be breezy the next couple of days. Friday would be dry, breezy and milder in the 60s. Saturday is looking fantastic. Let me go ahead and let this play out. I haven't stopped it on Friday, but see if I can get it to go up. Saturday is looking fantastic. We got sunshine, 71. I'll show the 7-day coming up. And that's as far as this model goes up. So your weekend is looking great. So with that, let me kind of show you the broad forecast of what we're expecting. And again, just to kind of summarize, then I'll show you another radar loop before we conclude. Heavier showers, some still embedded strong storms this evening, but the overall intensity of storms will lessen later this evening, especially once we get past 9 to 10 p.m. And between 10 p.m. and midnight, that severe threat's pretty much wound down, and if not before, and heavy rainfall overnight. Drive carefully, by the way. Impactful water on the roads is still expected in some areas. So we could have some localized flooding with some heavier showers, especially just south of Knoxville toward the mountains and foothills, where some of those 2-inch rainfall amounts are being projected. So overall, it's been dry. You know, we're not in a saturated ground environment or anything like that. So just drive carefully. Watch out for some high water issues. Some creeks and streams could get out of their bank. Could still have some localized flooding. Now that's overnight and early in the morning. Snowflakes possible early. Probably going to have to add a snowflake in with that raindrop, looking at some of the latest data. And so we'll have that update for you tonight. Obviously, it's March. It's very interesting dynamics. So the rest of Thursday, Friday, look at Saturday, drying on out. And as we go ahead, and while we're in a forecast mode, I want to show you the rest of the extended forecast. That's our 3-day outlook. Here's our 7-day forecast. So again, the showers and the thunderstorms tonight, they wind down early in the morning, and then we're drying out. A beautiful weekend. Saturday 71, 76 on Sunday. Boy, it's nice. It's going to be breezy. Another cold front, though, moves through Sunday night into Monday. Oh boy, and we're just the messenger. Let me take it full. Here's what we're seeing. 76 on Sunday, showers and thunderstorms Sunday night, early Monday morning, breezy and colder Monday with a high of 49, with falling temperatures throughout the day. As we go back to school tomorrow, look at things, spring break was this week, as it turns out, right? Look at St. Patrick's Day, 46 for a high and 25 for a low. It's still, this is the irony here. A lot of times we talk about the atmosphere has a sense of humor, and it can be funny sometimes. Next week is the last full week of winter. Spring officially arrives next Friday, March 20th. It's not this Friday, but next Friday, March 20th. I think it's at 10, just after 10:30 in the morning. So winter's trying to hang on literally and give us some colder weather and even maybe some snowflakes tomorrow morning, just, you know, kind of just, but we'll have to see. There's one of our models is showing a chance for a wintry mix in some areas, part of our Monday morning before the moisture moves out. And then it gets colder. Again, highs in the 40s, lows in the 20s for a couple of nights and a couple of days. Then we're back up in the mid 50s by Wednesday. So there you go. Just wanted to give you the look ahead. Again, after we get through the storms tonight, and then we'll focus more on that beautiful weekend, but also the change. Again, don't put away those jackets or coats. That's a sharp cool down coming our way. And it's March. So we'll keep you updated on that. All right. So just to kind of recap, let me go back through a couple radar views and then we'll conclude as we do have this line of heavier showers. Okay, so update right here as I load the radar for a second time there. Here's what we're seeing. For Knox County, same deal. We have, again, a strong storm. This is the same line. National Weather Service in Morristown. This is a special statement for, it's a storm below severe levels. They've got it at 40-mile-per-hour winds coming into Knoxville right now. So that's what we're looking at. 40-mile-per-hour winds, no hail, Knox, Loudon, Blunt, and severe. So here in the Central Valley and around Knoxville, again, this line of gusty winds moving on through, and that continue. Let me go on down into Lenoir City. That's a pretty intense rain coming out through Lenoir City and Loudoun County, Rarity Bay, and heading down toward Greenback, Von Orr. So heads up from Von Orr to Greenback, and along 411, working your way over to Maryville, Friendsville, Louisville. You've got heads up Friendsville and Louisville. This is a pretty good wind. Let me show you real quick. Then I'm going to show you a camera view real quick, and we'll get a view of that. Let me take a look and see what the velocities are, just to kind of double check. Oh yeah, okay. Actually, where you see this brighter blue, that's actually some. I'll sample it here coming up. That's some decent wind coming through Greenback and Von Orr right now. So let me go ahead and query this real quick. And this is, now the National Weather Service in Morristown is a good bit distance away, but seeing some of these, this is just below severe levels and it's aloft. But with heavy rain sometimes, even though you have the stronger winds not at the surface, aloft, heavy rain can bring that down to the surface. So we're querying a wind gust 58 miles per hour. Let me give another gust here around Benfield. It's got it, again, this is upstairs. Above us, aloft, 63 mile per hour gust, and up toward Friendsville, 58. So, yeah, that's enough of a clue that looks like we got some stronger winds that obviously are moving through Von Orr, Greenback, and Friendsville. So Loudoun County into Blunt County, heads up. And again, this is going to continue to track due east toward Maryville and Blunt County. So those are strong enough winds to produce some localized damage. and maybe some branches are small or weakened trees down. So just heads up, and let me loop this over the past 30 minutes. That's actually diving off a little bit more, slightly south of east. So in Greenback right now, again, Benfield, near Maryville, Friendsville right now in Greenback, headed towards Lassie, and eventually the rest of Blount County as this line of stronger winds in general. And you can kind of see this. Let me kind of come on up into Knox County so we can see what we're looking at. We do not have as depicted as stronger winds. That's why, again, 40-mile-per-hour winds for Knox County, but they do appear to be stronger as you go down into Loudoun County and parts of Blount County. Let me go ahead and widen on out. And so in general, and you probably know this when we watched some of our severe weather coverage before, but when we're looking at velocity, we're just looking at wind. Doppler radar has to be something in the wind like rain, dust, particles to see the wind. And it's doing math. It's showing where that particle is right now. A second later, it's over here. So it calculates the wind speed and the wind velocity based on particles, objects that are moving in the atmosphere. It's as simple as that. By the way, I can hear the wind bouncing up, or we have a door that flaps when we have strong gusty winds. I can hear that on our roof. That's another indicator we had some stronger wind gusts. But back to what I was showing on velocity, so we're looking at just the wind. Where you see the blue colors here, that lighter blue, that's typically when you start getting up 50 to 60 mile per hour winds. So that's what I'm seeing. I don't know if y'all can hear that coming over my mic, but sounds like somebody's knocking at the door. That's on our roof. We're seeing some gusty winds. Speaking of which, let me hop over. And again, we've gone through most of our coverage. We're going to continue. I'm going to get you to the radar loop when we take a break here, and we'll keep you updated throughout the evening, of course. Let me show you what it looks like on Skycam right now. And even though the sun has set, that's what it looks like live right now on our downtown Knoxville camera. You can definitely see the camera obviously bouncing around. Let me go through our camera views real quick, and I can even change them around. This is what it looks like from our Sharps Ridge tower cam. Let me take that full so you can see that. Hello, rain and wind, not bouncing around too much there. Here's Covenant Health Park. Yeah, the wind and the rain has arrived there. Let me, we operate the cameras here so I can tilt down. Oh yeah, it's kind of coming in pretty good. I'm looking on my computer screen, and it can kind of see it coming down, kind of highlight. You can kind of see that coming, sweeping across right like that. So you can see that. I'll take it back before you see it. That's the heavy rain and the gusty winds moving in right now. That's Covenant Health Park, where the Smokies and One Knox play. And oh boy, almost that time of year, right? Looking forward to that. Let me take you out to Dandridge. And that's classic, right? Calm, got folks fishing. There you go. That's if they take just a look to the west, you probably got about 30 to 40 minutes in Dandridge, maybe 45, before this moves in for your area. So we take you back to our downtown camera and our tower camera. Yeah, we get the no input signal when we get the heavier rain kind of coming on in, and that's what we're seeing right now. Let me try to move the camera, get it back, give you a different vantage point here as it loads on my computer. Widen out a little bit here. So, yeah. So that's a look at the heavy rain that's making its way again into downtown Knoxville as we speak. And that's what's happening right now. So we've got the heavier showers. Again, we are looking at those winds, as I mentioned now. It could be anywhere from 40 to 50 miles per hour plus. So that's a pretty strong wind. So you certainly want to obviously be indoors and not outdoors, and make sure, again, as I mentioned, if you're watching us in Dandridge and Morristown, Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, downstream, you're going to see probably these same type gusty winds. Lenore City, Loudoun County, and into Blount County. That's where some of the stronger winds, as I mentioned, from Friendsville down toward Von Orr and everywhere in between. So Blount County and Loudoun County, this is what we're seeing is these high winds, stronger winds, below severe levels, but close. Stronger winds making their way into Blount County. So just be prepared to secure loose objects outside. Probably want to stay away from the outer windows when storms are blowing in. You can have some limbs or branches kind of breaking off or flying around. That's strong enough winds, again, especially in Loudoun County. I'm looking at the very latest from Morristown. So again, we don't have any warnings. It's a strong storm. As I'm going to cover that up, come back over here so I can see some of the information. And again, looking Upstream, I'm seeing there's some tree damage in Middle Tennessee as storms move through there. Some dime, penny-sized hail reports. We're not really expecting to see much of those. And earlier, there were some stronger storms up into southeast Kentucky. So, okay, so that's the very latest. Gusty winds, stronger storms moving in. Again, we're going to take a break. We're going to keep you updated throughout the evening. Just wanted to take a little time to give you a full update of what we've seen and what we are seeing right now and what we're expecting for the rest of tonight. And I guess it'd be appropriate to, in case you're just joining us, let me go back and show you our futurecast, and then we'll call it for right now. We'll get you to our live stream radar. You'll continue to see that right here with our radar loop continuing. So between right now and 9 p.m., again, these heavier showers and gusty winds continue to make the way from Dandridge to Morristown up toward Rogersville. We've already seen a slow weakening trend. There's still some strong winds, but just not quite as strong as they were earlier. That's expected to continue as we go from 9 p.m. About an hour from right now, a little less than an hour now, to 10 p.m. Heavy rain will continue, again, overnight tonight. So if you're driving, a lot of water on the roadways, drive carefully. Watch out for some high water and ponding, and even some localized flooding still possible. As I mentioned earlier, we could see 1 to 2 inches of rain, heaviest amounts just south of Knoxville in parts of Monroe, Blount, Sevier, and Cocke County. So into the mountains, we could see some higher water issues with heavier rainfall, I should say, and in just general higher water issues, and some localized flooding possible, so drive carefully. And then we're going to see some snowflakes mixing in the morning before the moisture ends with snowfall, again, expected up into the mountains, and that's where we could see several inches, some more possible. And again, over the next 7 days, we are expecting that transition from the spring-like weather to more winter-like, briefly tomorrow with temperatures in the 50s. A beautiful weekend as we go from the 60s Friday into the 70s, and we're back down to the 40s into St. Patrick's Day. It's going to be colder early next week, and maybe a few more snowflakes in some areas before with rain, with showers and storms Sunday night. Then the moisture moves out as the colder air moves in. So we'll keep you updated. Hope you have a good, safe rest of your Wednesday night. Again, keep it right here. We'll keep the radar stream going live for you. And as always, anytime there's impactful weather, you can always tune in to WBIR Plus and our live stream. Thank you for joining us. Have a good, safe night.